saying is that the God here is not the God that's the most ancient and the Alpha and the Omega. So we didn't have to create nothing, we just are. You all getting this? Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to say is this. I'll give you another scenario on what I'm trying to say here, on what we're talking here. In the Gnostic scripture, which is another scripture that was dug out of ancient Kemet, it goes on to say that you got a deity, and I'm going to go into this in a few minutes when we go into the history of the Titans, that you have a deity that broke away from the heaven sphere. He was a young child. He went and created a realm of his own. But he did not have the authority to create the whole universe because the whole universe was created before his ass. And he broke off on his own and took a little bit of renegade group with him. That's why in the Bible it says, let us make man. You see what I'm saying? This particular one went to a certain realm and created his own reality, but he is a subordinate deity. That means that there's a greater deity greater than him. It's greater than him. His name in the Hebrew thing is Yahweh, the subordinate deity. His other name is Jehovah. In the Gnostic scripture, his name is called Adalabra, or Adalabra, which is a renegade deity that broke away from the heaven sphere. In the Gnostic scripture, which is a good book, the Gnostic scripture, get Bentley Layton's book, the Gnostic scripture. Bentley Layton's book, the Gnostic scriptures. This is the Gnostic scriptures. And he goes on to say that this God was a jealous God. And he said, I am God, and I shall have no other God before me. But his mother said, in one thing is Sophia, on another thing is Aphet, new different names for her all over the world. She said, Adalabra, or Yahweh, or Jehovah, don't lie. There is a God above you. And he lives on the earth. What happened? When he created, so let me go back to the story right now so we can clear this up. You got the cosmos. You got to simplify things. Not for you, but we need a smooth flow to get out of intellectualism, because that's the white boy's left brain shit. Because he's trying to document things to prove his shit being right. We don't have to do that. What happened is this. You got the cosmos, millions and millions and millions of years old, and you got the gods, the Alpha and Omega gods ruling the shit, but they are all one. Because it's energy, and energy can never be created or destroyed, just transferred. You see what I'm saying? That's us in the cosmos. We got very old, and a group of our kids broke away from us and created their own world. Because of us being old and it's just that the energy just went to sleep, our kids somehow devised a plan to trap us, or trap our spirit down here on the earth inside of the physical body. As a result, when she says that there is somebody higher than you, Yahweh, and he lives on earth, because secretively he could trap a small amount of energy that he stole from the gods. But what happened was, this particular one who trapped this small amount of energy, secretively the gods in heaven, including the great mother, slipped the divine seed through him into the man on earth. But the divine seed from the man on earth was the seed that comes from the Most High, the Alpha and the Omega. You getting where I'm coming from here? So it's like you got a group of renegade soldiers that go off somewhere and they terrorize in a town. You see what I'm saying? And they snatching people and snatching slaves and all kinds of shit, trying to set up their own shit. And they said, to clean this up, we're going to have to go and get the top people to go up in there and clean this shit up. So basically, the top people from the cosmos came down here, and they fell down here to clean this up. We just so happen to be those top people. So in the papyrus, it says that the true beings, they are at the core that bears the fruit, which means they have fallen down here and they have buried the fruit. These forces are always powerful and in a circle of the earth, which is just basically talking about, even if you want to deal with the physical structure of hell or whatever what it is, what is up is now down. So it's about like this. The science is like this. You all get this? Okay, listen. I need something to wipe off with. Just give me a minute.
It's in the box.
Oh, it's in the box. Okay, you got it all. Y'all mean business. It's simple. What we're talking about here is this. This is the key. What we're talking about here is this particular phenomenon. What is up is now down. So we fell down here. But in a cycle or a polar shift, what is down becomes up on top of the motherfuckers that we was trapped in to believing was God. When we go into the lecture later on, we're going to get into a lot of this particular information. In the Greek thing, this God, this renegade deity that trapped us, was Zeus. Did I spell that right? No, wait. Z-E-U-S-E, right? Z-E-U-S. Z-E-U-S. Let me get this right. Zeus. This is a subordinate deity. Okay, that's you right. This is a subordinate deity. Z-E-U-S. I'm going to spell this right because this is a subordinate deity, which means he is a deity, but he is not the most high. But if he has got somebody else under him, and you look up, and somebody trained you to look up and you see him, you figure he's the most high. Doesn't necessarily mean that way. It's the whole thing like an ant in a coconut shell of water. Thinks it's a whole ocean. You see what I'm saying? Now, what does this mean? Now, this is very key because what we're dealing with now, we've got enough advanced knowledge on the planet that we understand how this shit is going to take place for us to get out of this baby. Because Bob Marley said it, the only solution is total destruction. And that's what you should look to. That's why you came down here, to destroy this motherfucking world. Bottom line, you are the revelation deities, that's your ass, and that's what your job is. And the only reason why you have been fucked up in every other kind of plan you got is because that's not what you came here for. You came here to suffer, to suffer the ills of the fall, to turn this shitty inside out and kill it from the inside. That's your job. That's what you're here for. You see what I'm saying? You are the angels among us to do this type of information, to do the job. Now, Zeus, and I'm going ahead of myself, is supposed to be this God. Yahweh, Jehovah, and any deity that you have been worshiping as the creator. As the creator. He's not the creator of the universe, he's just the creator of the physical laws that trap man's soul. You see what I'm saying? That's different. That's different. Let me see, can I find something?